Is Vanguard a good game?
What?
Is Vanguard a
Oh,
good
you
game?
mean ISS Vanguard? Well, let's review it. So this is the review for the board game ISS Vanguard, the good and bad about it.
By the end of this video, you will know if this is for you.
We have 6 burning questions that we will answer about this game, but before we do that, what is this game all about, Giannis?
You meant what is this game about, Giannis?
No, I did not mean that. You know I didn't.
Anyway, this game is about...
Still going on, huh?
In ISS Vanguard, you are a crew of a ship that has been launched from planet Earth to look for the message left by the builders, who have left like secret coordinates that we found on planet Earth.
In our DNA.
Where we could go and find... what?
We don't know what, really. We
No.
just explore
No.
the universe, and you travel from one territory to another.
From a star system to a star system, and in each star system you can planet to visit.
Or visit planets.
You can do it either. You can choose.
True. And you send to those planets a away team. Each time they are different people that you send there to explore, to search what is there, and try to find answers to many questions that these coordinates in your DNA ask us. So you will play this game in like sections, where you first of all will do ship phase, and then you will go and explore planets. How you win one section, you have to fulfill different missions. Usually it's hey, explore this planet as well as you can.
And then you're gonna go to the next phase, which is
Shipbook again.
this shipbook actions.
Yeah, there's actually a huge book where you put all your findings, any upgrades. There is a med bay if you get injured during that play, or even a memoriam.
If somebody dies, and somebody will.
Somebody will for sure die. You use your command tokens to just go to different rooms and try to do as many things as you can. In general, you just upgrade your ship.
Upgrade your crew, upgrade your stuff,
Get better.
get better. That's very good narrowing it down, yeah.
And then you can land on a specific star system. And what you do there usually is move from one space to another, and then do searches there or any other actions, and all of those actions ask for a dice roll, and you try to get specific combination to progress. And if you roll usually this exclamation mark, bad things happen. There are also some card draws and other stuff, but generally the dice system is the main thing how you do things in here. How you usually will lose is if you run out of the dice and you can't do anything, or a character dies there.
Shipbook, upgrade stuff, planet book, go around and roll dice. Actually, we didn't mention it, but this is a huge campaign game.
I think they noticed.
Do you think they noticed?
I think you noticed.
Well, if you didn't, then it's a huge campaign game that takes, what, 40, 50, 60 hours to finish?
Whenever you explore, there's logs. You log into the application and write in, for example, log 300, and then add new cards. There's a story there. The story is just like a movie, and have a good time.
Whoa, already some review spoilers there.
And we should jump to the first question, which is...
Who would you actually get this for? Is this good? No one knows. Is this good? No one knows. Is this good, Giannis?
Yes, it is. 3, 2, 1. Space geeks and bookkeepers.
Okay, I have a question, like out of the bat. So do those geeks have to be from space?
Yeah, they could be.
So if I know a geek that, let's say theoretically, who's from space, that's for him.
You know a geek who's from
I
space?
said theoretically.
We have to talk, yeah, privately.
Okay, afterwards. I also have that book part in here. This is for someone who has read at least one sci-fi book. Oh, and enjoyed it. It feels like a huge interactive sci-fi book.
Yeah, I agree with that. Story is a large part of this game. It is a story game. If you're a sucker for space, I think you will enjoy this theme. The
Or
visuals
from space.
are from
as well.
space.
Yeah.
It oozes with space theme. And bookkeeping as well, because it's not only about traveling to space and doing stuff there. It's like getting there and doing all the actions to get there. It's a lot of management.
Well, who said going to space is easy, right?
It's not.
It definitely is not. What are the best 3 things about this game? I'm gonna start with my number 3rd best thing about this game. Ship phase is like 40% of one session. 30% of one
30,
session?
yeah.
Where you do all the things that need to be done on the ship. You know, order food, check that everybody's uniforms are clean, take care of the sick, and I'm almost not as exaggerating. Some people already have mentioned this, but if you've played XCOM, then ship phase feels like the part in the video game XCOM where you take care of your base. Okay, let's research this, or let's develop this technology. And I really enjoy that part. But I'm gonna be honest, I enjoy it probably because I do it all alone and by myself. This is my thing. I'm building it the way I want.
Unique thing that gets people's attention as well. Because when I heard about this game, cool, looks cool, everything look cool. The shipbook, oh, that's unique. Number 3 thing, factions. I really enjoy these boards and everything that comes with it. The crew member, choosing which crew member to take with you, upgrading him, dice that go here, the cards and everything about it. Just feels really cool and personal. There are 4 factions there, to each play a bit different. Most unique thing that sets them apart is cards that you get. I like how they have made the factions. It feels really like quality stuff.
The second best thing about this game is going to be the mystery. It's what actually keeps me going back to this. Well, other things as well, but that's like the biggest push. What's going to be on the next planet, and what is that thing that we took from the planet and brought it back? What's going to happen when we research it? It's a really fun story. Feels like a really nice TV series of sorts, where like each session is one episode. There are problems that I need to take care of. There are main characters. Somebody might die.
My number 2 is vastness.
Okay.
It's just big. It's so fitting for the space theme as well. The world seems humongous. There's so many things to do. The app and the story feels vast and exciting and feels like a space exploration. The theme really complements everything around here. Just a vast experience. One of the biggest campaigns out there. There are 20-ish or something planets, but it also somehow feels infinite. It feels like we already have gone pretty far there, explored a lot of things, but there's still so much to do.
My number 1 thing is the app. You should not play this without the app. First of all, it makes it quicker and simpler, because if you have to make choices, it gives you choices there. And the voice acting. Wow. When I was doing the intro, I listened to the voice, I was getting chills. Let's do this, let's explore, let's find the answers to everything. It's just, it's amazing. The voice acting and the whole app, it in general is just, usually we say, yeah, you can use the app or you can use the book. Just use the app.
Well, my number 1 is the production value for everything. Of course, there are some bits here and there that could use some improvements, and you're probably going to talk about it and the minuses, but the production value is through the roof. I think this is the best produced game I have ever seen. Just the looks of it, dice, colorful, interesting looking dice, the app, voice acting. If you have seen the trailer for this game, the app doesn't disappoint. The game doesn't disappoint. It's just like that the whole way. The production value, wow. I could go on through the cards, through the visuals. Everything here looks good. It's the best looking game I've seen for a while.
Why this game might not really be for you?
First of all, Awaken Realms. So Awaken Realm is the company that created this game. It's the company that has created a lot of our favorite games.
Yeah.
A lovely, awesome story games, and this game is also huge story game that they do really good job on. Yet it also almost always comes with this like aggressive gameplay. When you do bad, you will do worse, and it's very, very punishing. What do you have there?
I have spaces random.
How you do most of these checks is you have to get these symbols to progress. If you don't roll them, these dice are exhausted.
You might have some cards that mitigate that, and you might roll wilds, but most of the time, nah.
So now you have less dice to work with.
It's not about you completing the mission and winning this like landing, or it's mostly like you're slowly losing.
It's about surviving.
The air is running out.
These bad things happening again and again. After you do your turns, there's event. So if in this turn you didn't progress, or even worse, you roll bad things and bad things progressed, then you wasted time, you wasted resources, and you did not progress. So when bad things happened, even more bad things will happen, but that's kind of Awaken Realmism for me. You already know what you're signing off if you're playing one of those games. It's not the feel-good story. It's a story game that punishes you and you try to survive it. It's a survival game.
Mine's gonna be, it's not a bad thing. For some, it's gonna be a good thing, but it's long. The campaign is what they say on the box, 40 to 60 hours. And in this world of so many campaign board games, do you have room for one more?
Other thing is, when you buy this game, you get what you paid for. There's tons of stuff here, but I agree that some missions can kind of stay its welcome.
Again, not necessarily negative, but be prepared for a long haul to kind of get the closure.
Another thing is the bookkeeping that we mentioned before.
I knew that one was coming. This is the first game where you actually get to keep the book in your hands. You know, we just say, there's a lot of bookkeeping. Show me the book. Where's the keeping of the book? So here's the book, and you can keep it, and it's bookkeeping. I love it. He does not so much.
No, I really, really like it. I just feel like it's a solitary experience.
That's a trigger for my next thing. And the biggest thing is once you first start playing, there are these procedures you have to go through. And it's not something you can do together, really. What, do I read it out loud to him? Or do I read it to myself and then we together will do that? And sometimes you read this whole thing and it's just one choice to make. Obviously, after like a couple of sessions, you'll get used to it. But at first, it's just really weird.
I think biggest one for me is the basic dice. This is an epic game. The story is huge. The production value is so great. These dice look amazing. Rolling them also very cool. And the mechanism that puts this game together is just this. You have test where it asks for these specific icons. You roll them. Okay, I can re-roll this with this one card. Re-roll it. Yeah, I don't have it.
Yep.
And that's it. And that works kind of well, okay-ish. Especially if it's a smaller game. For this big, awesome looking game, I want this dice management to be more interesting. I want to do more with these awesome dice. It's just basic and boring for me.
Definitely the least exciting part, to be honest. And it's kind of sad that it takes so much time from the whole gameplay. For example, here on the page it says go to log 130, and it just means that once I get here through all the dice checks and everything, I'm gonna get a new piece of the story. But these basic checks is just something I have to do to get to the story part.
I think everything here is epic, except the main mechanism is too simple, for me at least. And maybe a lot of people will enjoy it. It's really fun to get new dice.
True.
You can upgrade and get new dice and get better, so you will be better in the next missions. There's also really cool things.
And when we say it's the least exciting, doesn't mean it's bad.
Problem is that this is really large part of the game. Really large part of the game.
It is. It's the biggest part of the game.
That's about it. Maybe you really enjoy this mechanism. Just for me,
I
too
did
basic.
not hate it, to quote you from one of our last reviews. But anyway, let's talk about how long the honeymoon is.
3, 2, 1. Infinity and beyond.
Please, that's copyrighted. If dice are nice, you might do it twice.
I feel like we mentioned a million times already that this is an epic campaign and there is so much story, so much stuff to do. The shipbook as well, I think, is the thing that will make each of your gameplays different.
Yeah,
because
definitely.
there's a million ways how you can go around it.
It's weird to kind of talk about replayability on a campaign game that's like 40 plus hours long.
Yeah.
It is there, for sure. We ranted a lot just now about the dice. If you like that system, man, go into this adventure without thinking. What is the best alternative?
2,
Yeah.
1, Sleeping Gods.
Oh, there we go.
And in brackets, Unsettled.
We haven't played it. How can you do it?
Exactly, that's why it's in the brackets.
Sleeping Gods happens when a crew of a ship gets transferred to like, or teleported to a weird world where there are weird animals and people and magic and things like that, and you're just trying to find your way back. Essentially similar to what is here. You're in a ship, you get transferred to this space, not accidentally in this case, but you're trying to find your way back and figure out what's what.
But I also thought that Unsettled, we haven't played that game, so I couldn't say that it is an alternative for sure, but it just felt like this looks and feels like a game that might be an alternative if you like the theme, because Sleeping Gods, the theme doesn't fit this at
Yeah, I
all.
didn't mention, it's not
different audiences.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's a fantasy more than a sci-fi. Yeah. I am interested to find what is your final rating.
3, 2, 1.
Is fantastic.
Is that a question or?
No, it's ISS fantastic.
No. I have really good versus fantastic, because I feel like this game is absolutely fantastic. Just look at it. The shipbook, a lot of things when you learn about it, you play it, it just feels fantastic. But there's also tons of things that is like, yeah, that's good. Or maybe even okay.
Yeah, more like okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking at you, dice checks.
And overall, if I have to put it somewhere, I will say fantastic, okay? But not whole of me can say that.
Because if you like sci-fi and you like story games, I think you will like this.
It's totally for you. The story, the shipbook, the production itself, totally worth it. It's really, really fun game.
Yeah, that pledge manager actually is still open. You can get the late pledges, and right now it's around $100, which for this huge box is, for the price, it's
fantastic. It's a must-have. It's fantastic. Well, it's totally fantastic now when I know the price. The story alone, the app, the shipbook, the just vastness, the everything is awesome in this game. It for sure deserves a look from you. We had some criticisms. We overall love this game, I think.
Yeah.
And, that's our review.
Yeah. Check the link in the description if you want to check out the pledge manager for this game. And one last check we have to do is the Patreon check. All of them.
Yep,
Yes.
You need to subscribe.
And that concludes the cringy segment of this video. See you next time. Bye.
Ba-dum.